That night I went to the party expecting noise, not truth. I had just finished a 12-hour shift and only went because my wife insisted it would be good for us. Her name is Delilah. We live in Bristol. I am Aaron, 39, married 11 years. I trusted her in the boring, quiet way men trust women they built a life with. The party was at a rented house outside the city full of co-workers and strangers. Music thumped. Laughter spilled everywhere. Delilah disappeared into the crowd almost immediately. I stood near the kitchen pretending to enjoy a drink I did not want. People brushed past me smiling. I checked my phone. No messages. I told myself not to hover. I told myself couples do not need to be glued together. That was a lie I repeated all night. An hour passed. Then another. I noticed men orbiting the hallway that led upstairs. Someone joked about the after-party. Someone else laughed too loud. I felt that familiar tightness in my chest, the one you ignore because admitting it would mean admitting fear. I went upstairs not looking for trouble, just looking for my wife. The hallway smelled like perfume and alcohol. Doors were half open. I heard Delilah laughing. Not the polite laugh she gives at dinners. The real one. The one I had not heard in years. I stopped outside the bedroom. The door was open. Inside the room, people stood frozen like a photograph taken at the wrong moment. Delilah was there under the harsh light, stripped of dignity more than clothing. She looked surprised, not ashamed. A man I did not know stepped back. Someone whispered my name. No one moved to explain. No one needed to. The scene spoke clearly without sound. In that instant, the marriage I defended for years collapsed without drama. I did not shout. I did not ask questions. I did not make a scene. I simply looked at her and nodded once. That nod was not forgiveness. It was acceptance. I turned and walked away while the room exploded into noise behind me. On the stairs, my hand shook, but my mind felt calm. Strangely calm. As if the argument I had been having with myself for years had finally ended. Outside, the night air felt sharp. I sat in my car and breathed. I did not cry. I did not text. I did not drive away immediately. I sat there understanding something important. Betrayal does not always arrive with chaos. Sometimes it arrives quietly and hands you clarity like a receipt. I drove home alone. Delilah did not come home that night. She texted the next morning. Long messages. Apologies, explanations, confusion. I did not read them carefully. I replied with one sentence. We will talk through lawyers. That was it. I canceled nothing in anger. I simply stopped pretending. I called a solicitor named Marcus Hale. Calm, professional. He listened. He told me what steps to take. I followed them. Friends called. Some wanted details. Some wanted me to be dramatic. I refused. I told them the truth without decoration. She made a choice. I made mine. The comments came quickly. Men understood immediately. Women were divided. Some said parties change people. Some said I should forgive. I smiled and said nothing. Forgiveness is not owed when respect is gone. Weeks passed. The house grew quieter but lighter. I slept better. I ate better. I went to work and focused. Delilah tried to frame herself as lost, not disloyal. That narrative worked on some people. It did not work on me. I had seen the truth without filters. Once you see that, you cannot unsee it. The hardest part was not losing her. It was losing the version of myself who believed loyalty guaranteed safety. That version died in that bedroom. In its place stood someone calmer, less hopeful, but more solid. I learned that love without respect is just habit wearing a friendly mask. Sometimes I replay that night not with pain but with gratitude, because if I had not walked upstairs, I might still be downstairs defending a marriage already over. People ask if I regret going to that party. I do not. It ended a lie. And sometimes the end of a lie is the most honest beginning you will ever get. I am not bitter. I am precise. I know now that commitment without reciprocity becomes self-erasure. I know silence can be louder than betrayal. When people warn me about starting over, I nod and smile. Starting over is not frightening. Staying where you are unseen is. I am rebuilding slowly, intentionally. New routines. New boundaries. I keep my phone face down. I leave parties early. I trust patterns, not promises. If love returns to my life, it will arrive with consistency, not spectacle. Until then, I walk lighter, knowing the truth I earned that night. I do not tell this story for sympathy. I tell it because men need language for moments like this. Because clarity is not cruelty. Because walking away can be an act of respect for yourself. That night did not destroy me. It introduced me to myself without illusions. And that man will never look away again. I carry no need to explain further. Those who understand already do. Those who do not never will. Life moves forward when you stop negotiating with denial. I chose forward, quietly, firmly, and without regret. Some endings are loud. Mine was silent. But silence can be powerful when it finally tells the truth. I am done confusing patience with strength. Strength is knowing when to leave the room and never return. This is not revenge or anger or pride. It is peace earned by seeing clearly and choosing yourself once the truth stands in front of you. Nothing else needs saying after that moment because everything important has already been decided inside. I walked on and never looked back.